Hey folks, Craig Hawk, Small Fry Aquatics. Hope your day's going good. I've decided to do a rant today on fish prices, and it's probably not the kind of rant that you might think that I'm going to do. I'm not complaining about high prices. I'm actually an advocate of high prices. What I'm complaining about is people who complain about high prices. And I made some notes right down on this sheet of paper, so you see me glance back and forth between the camera and my sheet of paper. And the way this all started is I'm a member of a lot of different Facebook groups and a number of different band groups. I sell there, I moderate some of these. I don't administer anything because I don't have that kind of time, but I run my mouth from time to time and weigh in on different things. And one of the pain points that most people in these groups have is they're talking about the price of fish. This fish is too much. That one costs too much. The other one costs too much. And I hear some wonderful different adjectives or phraseologies, let's put it that way. Prices are stupid high. Prices are ridiculous. Prices are insane. Prices are crazy high. Let me just take a pause right there and say, fish keeping and aquariums are not my only hobby. I also do collectible high-end acoustic guitars. I do coins. I used to be a pen maker, and I collect rare writing instruments. In every case, all of them have a high end, a medium end, and a low end. If I relay all of those collectibles back to fish, it seems like the fish hobby is the only one that sits there and goes, these are stupid high prices. These are crazy high prices. And you know what? I'm glad they are. I don't want a hobby that has nickel everything in it. Sort of like, I'll date myself here, back to Snoopy and, psychological help for a nickel, everything's supposed to be a nickel on there. I don't want that kind of hobby, and if you want that kind of hobby, I think you're in the wrong place, and I think you need to find something else, and I don't know what that is, It cheapens everything when you want to dumb it down that way. And I do mean that phrase, when you want to dumb it down, not the intelligence of people, but meaning you want to make everything the same. You want to hammer all those whack-a-moles down and smooth it out. You want to take, the nickel comet goldfish that you win at the fair, and you want that to be the same price as a discus or a L236 or guppies. Show guppies are $100 more a pair. They ought to be. They're a lot of work. 236s. If you think you can go get those things for, $25-30 or a nickel, please go ahead and do that. But you're not going to be able to do that. And I don't want that to be the hobby that I'm a part of. I want there to be a low end, a middle end, and a high end. I want to be able to dabble where I want to dabble. I think you want to be able to dabble where you want to also. And let me take this back around to, guitars, coins, pens, and every other kind of collectible on earth. Everybody wants to jump in on the cheap and then wrap around 6 months later and have gold in their pocket. They want to get a Les Paul from the 1959 Les Paul is probably the holy grail of electric guitars. There's a handful that are different priced than that, but I mean you're looking at a $250,000, $500,000 to score one of those. Everybody wants to find one under a bed for $5, and steal it off of grandma, and then turn it around for $500,000. Well, it's not realistic, okay? And it's the same thing with fish. I'm not going to go through the effort of obtaining some 236s and breeding them out, and then sell them to you for $20 because you think it's too much. It's just not realistic, okay? And I don't even want to get into supply and demand. I want to talk about what kind of hobby do you want? Do you want a spread of things with availability, and you want people to respect the effort that you put into it, the food, the breeding, the husbandry? There's a fat lot of work that goes into keeping these things where they're at. And I'm kind of tired of people, like I say, minimizing this, saying, it's stupid expensive, this costs too much, that costs too much. Don't want to overly prolong this video, but let me look at some of these other things too. Now I'll take, and maybe it's not the same people that are selling, but go over to Aquabid, go on to a band, go on to any place that's selling fish, and all of a sudden I'm going to be seeing things like unique, rare, one of a kind, collector's item, uncommon, exclusive. And invariably, what they're really trying to do is sell you a used Kleenex for $100. They're coming through with a common, mutt guppies is what we call them. I'll dip my, what do I see? $15 for a dip, $50 for a dip, meaning they're going to swirl the net around, come up with some fish, and that's what they're going to sell you for. Is that the hobby we really want? And if you do, there's a place for that. But I think the thing I'm complaining about the most here is the fact that high-end fish, medium-end fish, even, Ancestra, super reds, longfin blue eyes, people are complaining about $25 to $100 for a fish as being stupid expensive. Okay, it's not. There's a lot of work involved. There's tank space, there's food, again, husbandry. I don't want to keep drilling on this, but ask yourself again and again, what part of the hobby do you want to be in? What hobby do you want? Okay? I would love it if you would weigh in and tell me I'm out of my freaking mind. Tell me you agree with me. Tell me anything in between. I would love to entertain a long conversation, short conversation, or any kind of conversation you want. Whether you think I'm elitist, whether you think I'm an idiot, lots of people do. Please jump in, okay? Thank you for listening. If you're a subscriber, I sure would appreciate you hitting that bell so that you can get more and more of these rants. And I'll try and do some other stuff too, like some entertaining box openings and some fish featurettes like I have done in the past, and stuff like that. For those of you following along at home, as far as the beard growth goes, I think I'm going to call a halt on the beard right at New Year's Eve. So enjoy it while you can. Make fun of it while you can, and lots of people are doing that. The hair is growing as well. I retired in May. The beard started growing June 1st, so I thought, well, that'll be a good, solid 6 months, plus a month, to see how it goes. All right, thanks a lot. Take care. See ya.